I guess that national checkoff has been pretty successful.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of the State of Soy. I'm Michaela Jordan, coming to you today from the 2025 ISA Leadership Awards banquet, where we just gave Yvonne Wente the Legacy of Leadership Award for her work on the Iowa Soybean Promotion Board. Yvonne, you served as chair of the promotion board back in 1998 through 99. During your tenure on the board, what were some of the projects that you guys were working on?
Well, the first and foremost thing that I started working on was the national checkoff, trying to put in place a national checkoff to increase the funding we had for all the projects. And back then, we were growing less than 2 billion bushels of soybeans. That was our crop production. And so the goal was to increase the checkoff and increase demand, and then also to be able to meet the demands of a growing crop in hopes that we would eventually be able to have a 3 billion bushel crop. And this past year, we actually exceeded 4 billion bushels. So I guess that national checkoff has been pretty successful.
Speaking to other farmers, what is the benefit of having a national checkoff?
The benefit is that we can reach out so much further, and there are so many more projects that we can do and so many more things we can address by having more funding. One thing that the Soybean Association did and the checkoff boards did was to promote alliances amongst North Central states. The North Central Soybean Research Program came into being when I was on the board, and that coordinated North Central states to address problems like cyst nematodes and things that were central to all of us in prohibiting production. And so that was one. And another great alliance that I think came out of it was what was called CSIF, and that was a coalition to support Iowa farmers. And being able to have a coalition of farmers that supported animal agriculture, which ultimately supported row crop agriculture as well. So those were important. And then just the generalized programs and alliances that with transportation and the infrastructure issues. So good came out of all of these alliances. Another benefit, in my opinion, is that you put your money where your mouth is. And you want to show people that you're willing to support your own industry, because how can you expect other people to support your industry if you're not willing to step up?
During your time on the board, I know you were involved in some of the trade missions that were going on. Tell us a little bit about those trade missions and why they're important to farmers.
One of the trade missions that I was first on was a trade mission to Japan, and we went with some cattle producers and some hog producers, and they were sourcing their pork at that time from Denmark. And so it was our job, using checkoff money from all the commodity organizations that were involved in that trade mission, to show them that Iowa pork was quality, and therefore by sourcing more of our pork to them, it also increased our market share of soybeans due to the feeding aspect.
What were some of the new use projects that you worked on during your time on the promotion board?
The ones that really kind of had the seed planted and took off were Soy Inc., the soy foods campaigns that we did, soy crayons, and the biodiesel and hydraulic fluids and those types of things were all like extremely important projects that we worked on, and that today have kind of mushroomed into even bigger things as far as soybean processing plants and biodiesel plants and those types of things, more of them being built and utilized.
What advice would you give to a farmer who's looking to get involved or considering getting involved in the Iowa Soybean Association?
I would say that it is going to broaden your horizons beyond your beliefs, and the importance of advocating for yourself and your products. There's nothing that can replace the importance of that. You're introduced to other farmer leaders and legislators and industry leaders that are on the cutting edge of advocacy for our industry. Is so important, because not only do you provide them with insight, but they provide us with opportunities.
Farmers play a huge role in what happens here at the Iowa Soybean Association, whether it's new programs that we're developing, helping direct what demand avenues we're following with trade missions and new uses. There's tons of opportunities that come from that checkoff that you advocated for so many years ago, Yvonne. Thank you for your work on behalf of the Iowa Soybean Association, on behalf of farmers. Thank you.
Thank you, Michaela.
Reporting for this edition of the State of Soy, I'm Michaela Jordan.
Farming is a competitive business, and you need equipment you can count on every single day. That's why for nearly 90 years, farmers have entrusted their grain handling to Brandt Agricultural Products. Brandt's full line of hardworking conveyors, augers, grain carts, vacs, grain bagging equipment, and tillage equipment are made to deliver the competitive edge you need to lead the field and are manufactured here in the USA. For more information on our full line of products, visit brandt.ca today.